Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on my top favorite foundations for the spring and summer. So hopefully you all enjoy this video. These are my go-to foundations, mainly because they are lightweight, they are buildable, they have great coverage, and they don't break me out, which is most important. So we're going to get right into the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I post new videos. I post here weekly, so join the family so you can, slay with me and, just basically see my new content every week. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So let's do it. Alright, so I pulled up all of my favorite foundations. I pulled up more of the details on them so I can give you a little bit more background information on each foundation. So I picked out my top 6 foundations, and these are my go-tos. One of them is not a real foundation. It's more of a tinted moisturizer type of vibe, but yeah, we'll get into that later. So I just didn't want to have to do a separate video on just that one, because that would be my only skin tint right now, so that I've been using lately. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into the first one, and the first foundation is actually by a black owned company, and it is called Range Beauty. As you all know, I have a review here on my channel on this particular foundation, so definitely go and check that one out after you finish watching this video if you want to know a lot more information and actually see how I apply that particular foundation. It is here on my channel, so I will link that down below. And you can find this foundation at Target. They have it for $20, so it's a great price, and it's called True Intentions, and it is a hydrating foundation. And this particular foundation has a hydrating formula that nourishes and protects the skin. It has calendula and cornflower extracts, and it has antibacterial properties to soothe inflammation. And I definitely love that about this foundation. It did not break me out. It does not have any loud fragrance like some foundations tend to have, which I cannot stand. If it's an amazing foundation and it just smells like a bottle of perfume, I do not want to put that on my face, period. So this particular foundation does not have that. None of the ones that I picked out do, so no worries on that, because I don't play about my skin. I tried out another foundation the other day and it kind of broke me out a little bit, which explains some of the little bumps on my face right now, and it kind of pissed me off. But hey, that comes with being an influencer, a beauty influencer. We're going to try out new things just so we can give you all of the review, but hey, that's on us. But still, you just never know, and I really hate that. But I just wish everything would be super clean and just natural, on the natural side, because it's possible. But some companies don't do that, but this one does. So coverage, it has a sheer to medium type of coverage, but like I said, it is buildable, and it's free from all of those different parabens and talc and sulfate and different synthetic dyes and stuff like that. It's free of all of that stuff. It's a clean foundation, and that's why it's one of my faves. So go ahead and check out Range Beauty. Like I said, you can pick it up at Target. Oh, and it's cruelty free. The next foundation on my list is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation, and that's such a long name. I always get tongue-tied when I'm saying it. But that particular foundation is $26, and you can find it everywhere Fenty Beauty is sold. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie, the majority of my favorite foundations for the summer and spring are Fenty. They just be on it. They know. They cater to all different colors, all different textures, all different skin types, and that's what I love about them, because my skin tends to change sometimes, and sometimes I want to grab a hydrating foundation. Sometimes I want to grab a more of a matte foundation, and sometimes I want to grab something that's lightweight. So they're doing it up. They're coming out with all of these different foundations, and I'm loving them. So that's why a few of them are on my favorites today. So this particular foundation is ultra blendable. It is a skin smoothing longwear foundation that delivers medium to full coverage. So it gives off a very natural finish, and that's one thing I love about it. I do not like looking cakey, and Rihanna you know, she did her thing. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that because it's true. Like, I just feel like Rihanna gets it, honestly. She gets it. So, Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation is definitely my favorite. I know they came out with the matte foundation first. I don't really care for the matte one as much because I don't really like to go for a matte look. Which brings me to my next favorite, which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Now, this particular foundation is one of my faves because, like it says, it's a softer matte. It's not that hard down, no shine whatsoever, like matte as a brick foundation. It's not that. This actually looks natural. It's not drying. It doesn't look drying. It just looks amazing on the skin. And I also have a video on this one as well. And I have several videos actually using the hydrating foundation as well. So you can find all of these foundations that I'm mentioning as my favorites here on my channel in my tutorials. So no worries. If you want to see a demo on how I apply them, check out the rest of my videos, and I promise you will definitely see them there. So like I said, this soft matte powder foundation, it's just amazing. I wore it. I went on a trip to Hawaii and I wore it. I did not want to have that cakey look. I did not want to wear a lot of makeup because I was going to be hiking and, you know, doing other things. But I also wanted to be able to take pictures and not have oil shining through, because sometimes when I don't wear makeup, of course, it's so easy for oil to just start showing on your skin just like that, like literally at the drop of a dime. Like, you could be just glistening just out of nowhere, and that's just like sweat and just your natural oils just coming through. Love the fact that this powder is buildable, it has great coverage, and it's super natural. And like I said, it's not super matte, it's a nice soft matte, and it gives your skin a nice finish, you know. So I'm gonna read a little bit about it. This particular foundation is $36 and it's long wearing, it's light as air. They say that on here, and it is true. It does not give flashback. I have not experienced that. It is sweat and humidity crease resistant. Honestly, I wore this thing from sun up to when it was time for me to go to bed, and my makeup was still intact after a long day in Hawaii, at the water, hiking, all of that. Like, my makeup was still amazing. And I did like a photo, I think I did a photo shoot after that, and I did not redo my makeup. So my makeup was still on and popping, and I did a photo shoot at the end of the day after hiking. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see. Check out my Instagram as well. And if you all want to see a Hawaii vlog, comment down below and let me know too, because I've been kind of indecisive about posting vlogs because I don't know if you all really want to see them, but let me know. I have a ton of travel footage. Like, I love to travel. So yes, so it was like that. It was like water and stuff like that. But listen, I barely sweat. I don't even think I sweated at all. And if I did sweat, I probably just patted it lightly and was good to go, you know, because this foundation is amazing. So the next foundation that I have on my list is Nars Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. This is one of my faves because it gives off that natural finish as well, and it is buildable. This foundation is $49, and you can find it anywhere Nars is sold. It is a liquid, of course. It's for all skin types, and it gives, like I said, off that natural finish, and it gives off a nice full coverage. So, like I said, it's buildable, but on the website it says full coverage, and it doesn't even feel like it. It doesn't feel like a lot of makeup on your face. It does not cake up. It just goes on nice and smooth, which is why I love this foundation. And Nars always brings the heat when it comes to foundations as well. It is definitely another one of my favorite brands. I've been wearing their foundation since, I don't even know when. I know it was like 2012, way before then. Like, Nars has been on it. Back when they had like their matte foundation and stuff like that. Back then I really liked matte, so I did like their matte foundation. But, you know, I kind of outgrew that. I kind of don't really like matte a lot, but my skin is kind of like a combination, but I still like to look natural. And it depends on what I'm doing if I decide to go with a full-on matte look, you know. So it really depends. So this foundation, this Natural Radiance, listen, definitely my go-to when I want a nice full coverage, and it just gives you that glam look, okay? So my next foundation is by Too Faced, and this one is a goodie because it's called Born This Way, and it is a nice natural finish as well. This particular foundation can be found at Ulta. It's $40, and anywhere Too Faced is sold. They sell it at Sephora too, I believe. So anywhere Too Faced is sold, I'll have the links down below to all of these foundations, so you can just click and purchase if you would like. And this particular foundation is medium to full coverage. It says undetectable coverage, which is true. It's hydrating, long wearing, photo friendly, no flashback, and is oil free, and it has coconut water, which aids in replenishing the skin's moisture level, and it has a few other things in it as well that, you know, help with making it so blendable and making the coverage amazing. And I love that about Too Faced. This foundation, when they came out with this, when I tried it for the first time, I'm like, wow. I took pictures and, you know, did other things, and I always would ask myself, like, this is a Too Faced foundation, right? Like, this is my baby. Like, when it first came out. And then they have a concealer as well. And I'm going to be doing a favorites video on my top concealers too. So stay tuned for that because I have some goodies on that list as well. But this Born This Way foundation, like I said, is bomb. So if you have not tried it, I definitely recommend you try it. It's also infused with alpine rose and hyaluronic acid, so it gives you a smoother and more youthful appearance. So I love Too Faced, and Jackie Aina is a big fan of this foundation as well, and she also aided in, you know, them creating more shades, a larger variety of shades, you know, a few years ago. So that's my girl. The next foundation that I have on the list is the Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint Foundation. And it's really not a foundation. I keep saying foundation, but it would be in a foundation category if you're like looking on the site, I'm sure. But this particular product is a skin tint, so it's not as heavy as a foundation. It's very lightweight. It kind of reminds me a little bit of MAC Face and Body, but it has a little bit more coverage in my opinion. So I love it. It's $29.50. Great price, and it's just a little bit smaller. The container is a little bit smaller, but I feel like a little bit goes a long way. It says it has instant blurring, and it is in 25 shades, and it says it has a buildable light to medium long wear coverage, and it says it has a quick blur complex, which is for hydrating and creating that diffused effect. So it says it has a smooth texture that layers well with primer and skincare, and it applies well with your fingers or a brush. So if you see, and in the review that I did for this foundation, I actually applied it with my fingers and it went on so smooth. It blended in so well. There were no blotches or anything like that. So that is why I love this foundation. So those are my top foundations for spring and summer. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. So if you would like to see a more thorough video or how I apply these foundations individually, check out the rest of my videos. You may have to do a little digging, but they are definitely here on my channel. So check those out. So thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I post new videos. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye.